I'm Reverend Spaceman.
Jordan.
And this is the Toy Aisle.
Give me a T.
T.
O.
O.
Y.
R.
Aisle. What do we got?
Grown men pay money for plastic.
Toy Aisle.
Yeah. So, to those of you who are joining us for the first time.
Why?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I said last time, I apologize in advance, and to returning listeners, I apologize in retrospect.
But we also thank you.
Yeah.
And love you.
I appreciate it, I just don't get it.
Yeah. When are we sending those fan packages in the mail?
When we have fans.
We have all the address. Oh.
Once we have fans, we'll have, like...
I have the goodie bags already.
All right.
All three of them.
If you want a bag that's probably full of sawdust, send us your address.
Toys from, like, Dollar General and Big Lots, because we can't afford everything, because we put all our Patreon money into Celebration.
That's why I said sawdust.
Yeah.
You know, that's what they do in China, right? They grind up sawdust into toys. And I don't know where I'm going with this.
I'd play with it.
Oh, wait, I've got something like that. It's that Thomas. I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
That's the Thomas I have.
Yeah. It's a good one.
We're blood brothers.
Yeah. So, Transformers is a thing.
Indeed it is.
Probably when this is released, it'll be after the movie.
Since the movie is coming out in a few days of this recording.
I'll try to get it up this weekend. But, we're not going to do much of a movie review for that on here because it's going on another thing.
Yeah, we can...
You want
to do that now or wait till the end? Do it now?
Yeah, because we don't really do endings on here.
Touché. So yeah, we will... This is like the preview...
Yeah.
The toy version of what we will discuss with the movie on another podcast called Mild-Mannered Movie Men.
Quad M, as I call it. No one else calls it that, but I'm going to keep calling it that.
Well, that's your thing.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
But anyway, you, Reverend Spaceman, will be our first official guest on that podcast that I host with another good friend of sister channels, Pasty Pals, Reverend Spaceman stuff, Phil.
Ooh.
So... we are looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to it.
I've been looking forward to that for a while. We've got a few other guests in the Pasty family that have picked movies that they want to review with us. And we're a few episodes deep. You can find us on iTunes, Podbean, Twitter, Facebook, Gmail, all that good stuff.
All the things. I use Podcast Addict, and it's on there, so I think it's just on any podcast thing.
Yeah, I think once you have the Podbean, it kind of goes to... all the big time podcasting apps. So
yeah, I've been listening to it. It's good stuff.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, we just do movie reviews and a lot of movie talk in general. So
and some TV. When it comes
we will do TV. Phil is more the TV guy compared to me, and he used to do a lot of TV on his previous podcast, Film Beef.
Yeah, it's very very laid back, kind of. Not disorganized, but just kind of casual style.
Yeah, like we'll have notes and stuff and just kind of go through them, but it's not this, then that, then that. And it's not, we can go out of order, we can do whatever.
Yeah. It's
just pretty much just two dudes discussing movies and recording it, like we're doing with toys.
Yeah, it's the movie aisle in a sense.
Ooh, yeah, clever.
So. We're going to talk about Transformers, I guess, as a franchise as a whole. This is probably one of the more disorganized episodes, but for a spotlight, I've got quite a few things.
Yeah, we're going to let this be the Rev spotlight.
Well, yeah, before we get into spotlight, anything about the Transformers franchise that you have to say, or toys in it that you might want to buy or have previously owned?
No, I still want to get the Titan Return stuff that we've discussed in previous past that I may or may not be looking at.
Maybe.
So I think
Titan's Return's been a great line.
Yeah, I have enjoyed researching some of those just online, and when I do go to Walmart, Target, Toys R Us, or whatever, I do catch myself looking at the Transformer stuff longer than I used to.
Yeah.
Mainly because they look cool due to this podcast and your
happens.
enthusiasm about them. So it's caught my eye a little more.
It is my second favorite toy-based franchise involving giant robots.
Yeah, after My Little Pony.
Yeah. All those pony robots.
Yes.
Obviously.
But yeah, we all know you're the big Transformer dude.
Yeah. Except Beast Wars.
Beast Wars, man. I wish I could find my Beast War toy so I could bring in here and make you mad.
They don't make me mad. Like,
I know.
believe it or not, despite what some short people might think, you can not like something without hating it.
You don't say.
Yeah. Vern Troyer.
Mini-me.
But yeah, I actually, because of paycheck stuff, I really haven't embraced the Titans Return line as much as I would have liked to. I got the Power Master Optimus Prime during my trip up to New Jersey to visit some friends, and since then
Jelly.
Yeah, it was, and it was New York too, kind of just all around there.
Super jelly.
Yeah, it was great. I actually got to see NBC, and I got in there. There was a bunch of Seinfeld stuff. It was overpriced in the gift shop.
As expected.
Yeah. But yeah, since the Power Master Optimus, I really hadn't gotten anything until I just had a big order from TF Source, and I finally decided to ship it. I was like, fuck it. So, to start with, I've got here a Japanese exclusive. His name is Leo Prime, or Leo Convoy, depending on the time period and the whatever. He's been called both, just because Optimus used to be called Convoy in Japan, and then recently they started calling him Optimus Prime.
Okay, I'm digging this Leo DiCaprio right here.
He's ready to incept some Insepticons.
Sink some ships.
He's going to fight some Insepticons and sink their battleship. He was in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was him.
I haven't seen it, but it's Hasbro,
Saw it in the theater. Can't really remember much. Besides, it was that movie tavern, and I got something good to eat.
That's always a good sign.
The old movie tavern, the one we love.
Yeah. It's always a good sign when you can't remember a movie.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sure that the new one is fine, but it's just so out of the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, this guy, he has gotten some recognition in the recent comics from IDW, in the American side, but in Japan he was a big character in surprisingly enough, some Beast Wars stuff. there were some anime exclusive Beast Wars sequels, and he was a big part in it. He took over after Optimus Primal retired, and yeah, that's. I guess that Japan likes lions more. He's a triple changer. All these Titans Return Voyagers are triple changers, which I think is pretty cool. Which means they have 3 forms: as robot, and usually 2 vehicles.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. When I did have Transformer stuff as a kid, I don't know exactly where any of them are. I could probably find some through digging one day. There would be so many complex pieces that I wouldn't even know what all of them would do. Just to being young and discovering that was always something that was enjoyable. And there's still stuff I didn't even know.
Oh yeah.
Because I liked them and enjoy playing with them, but I wasn't as smart or into them as someone like you or another fan. So it's did I have some of those toys and not even get the full effect? Yeah,
I actually do know some of a good amount of the Beast Wars ones were triple changers. They,
I do recall those for sure being like that.
Yeah, and then some of them would have, a vehicle form in between the robot and the beast mode. And this guy's no exception. He turns obviously into a lion.
Yeah.
Which is apparently heavily based on Kimba the White Lion.
Good old Kimba.
Yeah. I'm sure. Look into that. It's pretty interesting.
Most people that are probably our age or older might know about that, or at least have an idea.
It's an interesting little controversy.
Yes, it is.
And besides that, he turns into kind of a battleship. Bringing it back around.
Yeah. Bring it back to that battleship.
Yeah. And of course,
don't sink me.
With all Titans Returns, his head pops off and it just turns into a little dude that comes apart.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I'll get that.
Slight malfunction. We're all fine here. How are you?
Boring conversation anyway. I'll pick that up off the floor later, but usually, yeah, these guys are called Titan Masters. They can sit in these little weapons that'll come with a little seat in them, as well as right here. He's actually got a little cockpit phrasing. Yeah,
I like you. So I don't remember if you said or not, or I wasn't paying attention. How long have you had this one?
About a week now.
All right. Good old TF Source.
Yeah, great site. Sponsor us.
Please.
They do sponsor other YouTubers, but like ones that actually have followers and fans and stuff. So
yeah, we're
getting there.
We're slow but steady.
Yeah.
Your Instagrams keeps getting more and more follows.
Yeah, I haven't checked. I'm sure I'm still in the 70s.
I'm not sure how many Twitter followers you have, but I'm sure that's gone up.
Yeah, I mean, porn bots, but whatever.
Hey, it counts. As long as you see the number going up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Leo Prime. Has a sword, of course, and it actually is capable of storing in any mode. It like kind of stores on the side in the ship mode. It actually turns into the tail for the lion
Man
mode.
down, Leo down. Yeah.
And yeah, it doesn't stand very well. Yeah, the sword turns into the tail, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like that.
You usually don't get that kind of integration. He's also available, quote unquote, in the U.S. market as Alpha Trion, like the same mold, different color scheme, different head, but it's to represent another character that's more familiar to the U.S. audience.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. When was this one produced?
Last year. I want to say late last year. I don't know if I had the exact date for it, but I saw the Alpha Trion in the stores like when we were seeing Rogue One, so it's been as far back as then.
Good 6 months.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah. And then to continue the Titan Master trend, because I just got a big ol' order, they put out another Optimus Prime, which is this time a Voyager, so triple changer.
I sense a theme.
Yeah. And this one I've touched up a little bit because Hasbro doesn't really like to use a lot of paint, as we've discussed. Not a problem with the Japanese toy, you can see plenty of gold details on Leo here, but
yeah, that was really detailed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Alpha Trion version of this sword does not have this like much paint on it at all. And yeah, you can kind of tell here, even as I've touched it up, duller kind of paint details on him.
Yeah, I mean, it still looks really good even with your touch up.
I like it as a figure, too.
It's really cool, but knowing your crafty self,
it's really just a problem with like a dull kind of plain gray plastic, and you can see some of it right here that I haven't touched up, where it's almost opaque.
Yeah,
and like in certain lighting, it really just does not look good.
You get those creative juices flowing when you pick it up and look at it for a while and
Sharpie juices.
Trying to think what you need. Yeah, get that Sharpie going.
Yeah. Pretty much just like a dull silver will make that look infinitely better. Yep. And he's also a triple changer. He turns into a truck with a trailer, like a gas tank type trailer.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Based on the G2 Laser Prime from I think the early 90s, because they did like a whole
callback
Generation 2 in the 90s, and it was extreme and radical and all the 90s words.
Radical, bro.
Yeah, it was what they did before Beast Wars, when there wasn't a show to go with it. They just kind of repackaged the original show and put out a bunch of new toys. But this was actually the first time that Optimus was not a flat-nosed truck. Like people that bitch about the movie one being a regular style semi. He's been one before. Shut up.
You know who you are.
Yeah, shame on you.
FTF.
But it's the feet are kind of weird because there's really no like solid thing for him to stand on. They just kind of balance.
Yeah, you got to make sure.
Yeah,
you got him in a good position.
Yeah,
Let's go.
And the waist is a little loose, but that's kind of a result of the transformation. It's like a like to transform him, you have to basically take both of his thighs and push them back. And that, that being implemented made his like his whole waist just looser in general.
Nice and limber for you.
Yeah, he can. He's very acrobatic. Acrobatimus Prime.
Ooh, you got him.
Yeah.
You're
And,
a pro at this.
I've been doing it for a number of years. Not sure how many, but it is a number. Yeah. Besides that, it turns into a plane, and it's a weird looking plane, but it doesn't really bother me that much. But it's basically just the truck flipped backwards, and then like it grows a plane nose out of the back of the tank, and like sprouts wings, and there you go.
Fly, Opti, fly.
Yeah. I mean, if Age of Extinction has taught us anything, it's that Optimus Prime can just learn to fly at any moment.
Yeah,
without
it does not matter.
explanation. Yeah, it does not. He just goes.
You don't
to
need
space.
explanation
No.
in those movies, apparently.
No, he just goes to space.
Yeah.
I took it as like when he grabbed the sword, you kind of hear some gears turning, and I guess that upgraded him. But some people didn't get that, and I get that they wouldn't. Yeah.
They're not as smart as you.
Yeah, they don't know that in Transformers anything can just happen.
They ain't know. They ain't know.
They ain't not. And yeah, he's a Titan Master. He's got these little like ear things that you can kind of push down if they bother you. But
Okay.
yeah, as it is, like his head's a little small, so you just flip him out to bulk out his head a little more, and he
Yeah.
can turn. But if you put him down, it's a little more articulate.
Yeah, as I previously stated, I would not have discovered all of these things you've just showed me
Yeah.
without breaking something.
Alright, got him. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this Optimus. I like it. It's not the pride and joy of my Optimus collection, but it's far from the worst either.
Another solid addition, at least.
Yeah, it's a B, like a solid B, middling.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I guess that brings us to Megatron.
Ooh, the one I've been looking forward to.
Yeah.
Even though I like all of them, but
if you do get this one, you might want me to touch it up a little bit too.
yeah.
Because
I want to buy one just so you will touch it up.
I will.
Touch it up.
So this one,
Touch it.
I'll put my hands all over your Megatron.
All right. Yeah, I like where this is going.
Good, honey.
Take it off. Oh, here you got it right there. Oh, I'm sorry.
I take his chest open. But yeah, this one, triple changer again. It's a Voyager Titan return. They all do. It turns into a tank and a plane. I think actually it looks a little better than the Optimus one, and I'll have pictures of it up as you know.
So why couldn't these Transformers be in that movie planes instead?
It's probably a legal thing. You know, Disney's perfectly fine lending out Mickey Mouse to be a Transformer. That's the thing. Look that up.
Ugh.
No, really, it is.
Really?
Yeah. There's a Mickey Mouse Transformer. But for some reason they won't just.
You have it?
No. No, it is. It's way too much money to actually hunt down one of those, and it is not worth it.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like that Thomas deal.
No.
Or it's pretty cheap.
No, it's like an actual official
wow.
Disney thing, yeah.
Never mind. Sorry. Continue.
I'm not getting that. But yeah, Megatron. he kind of fell prey to the dull gray plastic thing I was talking about. Cause, yeah, out of the box, it is a very it's almost opaque because you can tell it's just kind of plastic with no dye in it. So, in the wrong kind of lighting, the details all look really weird. He almost looks like a Jello or something, like a weird gray Jello or something. So, I actually did 2 layers on this. I gave him 1 layer in silver Sharpie just to kind of give it some texture, and then I went over it with this silver paint here. What's the exact name of this color here?
Get it right for all you crafties out there.
Flat steel.
Oh yeah, I could have guessed that.
Yeah, obviously.
Obvi.
Totes.
My goats.
But yeah, this Megatron is so fire.
It's lit, bruh. It's wet. I can't continue this.
I don't know any more millennial slang.
I know more than I'm proud to admit.
I know. Well, yeah, he's fire. Bet. There we go. That's
Yeah.
the last one I got.
Bet.
Aside from the color of the plastic thing, I really like everything about it. And it's one of the better Megatrons I own, and I don't own a lot. Like, you can kind of glance. And
once I start kind of buying Transformers on the normal basis, like maybe a couple a year, I think I'm gonna focus mainly on Megatron as my dude.
It's a good one. There's some pretty good ones out there. I don't think this.
I like Optimus a lot too. You know, those two have always been my favorite.
Oh yeah.
I just don't see as much Megatron.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that he's like less represented. I guess technically Galvatron, since he turns into Galvatron sometimes. Those kind of count, and those are...
Well, yeah, but especially with the movies the past 10 years, it's like all Optimus. You know, that's...
Yeah. And, you know...
Nothing wrong with that.
Optimus is so fire.
Yeah.
Like, literally, there's fires on him.
Optimus fine.
Yeah. That... Did I tell you about that?
Maybe.
In the previous episode, we were talking about third-party stuff, and, like, that guy, John Bonamatron, another shout-out to him. He also goes by Bonatron.
He's a drummer for Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. And a Transformer, who knew? But when he was designing all the like chest add-ons and feet add-ons, in the forums we basically concluded that he was giving Optimus Prime a padded bra and heels. And so we decided his stripper name was Optimus Fine.
Yeah. Okay, I think I remember you telling me that now.
So yeah, that's...
I do like that name.
Yeah, it's flashy. I don't know if we ever came up with one for Megatron. I think we tried and nothing ever stuck, but you'll be the first to know.
Well, I appreciate that.
But yeah, this one is, and like the Combiner Wars Megatron, which was a leader class, are probably my two favorite Megatrons that I actually own.
I mean, yeah.
Although the Combiner Wars Megatron, that one actually, they got two uses out of that mold. It was, he turned into a tank. He was, bigger, about like this tall maybe. But because...
Is that your favorite one?
Yeah. It's kind of up there.
Wait, how many do you have, you think? Yeah.
It's probably less than 20.
Yeah.
While Optimus, has a whole section of the shelf.
Of course.
But... you can kind of see like a Megatron that looks like he's got beetle horns on his head. There's two of them over there.
Yeah, I see it.
You see the bigger one in the back?
Yep.
That's the one I'm talking about, the Combiner Wars.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Armada Megatron.
Nice.
Because Armada was my G1. It's not a good show, but, it's nostalgic.
just like many shows are.
Yeah, just like the original Transformers show. I mean,
yeah.
Not to bash anyone that likes it, but if you go back and watch it, it's very 80s silly. And that's the great thing about it.
Are you a fan of the movie from the 80s?
Yeah. Like, it's actually one of the better parts of that. It's got Unicron in it, so
Yeah. I know we'll touch a little more on the, cinematic universe on the mild-mannered episode, but didn't know what your thoughts were.
Yeah, it's good. It's solid. Really, obviously it's still got the 80s kind of cheese to it, but that's not really a bad thing.
So it makes me like that kind of stuff.
Exactly. The same with the G1 cartoon. Obviously, it's not...
You want to feel in that time.
Yeah. And it does that very well. And, this is a decent representation of that Megatron to kind of cycle it back. It doesn't turn into a gun, but they're done with that. Like, they tried it again in, the late 2000s. They had him turn into a Nerf gun just to kind of do that again, and it was okay, but,
It's pretty odd.
Yeah. Just because he used to turn into an actual gun, And obviously they're not going to sell a gun to a real-looking gun to children because I'm pretty sure people held up people with that Megatron toy.
When I rob a bank one day.
Yeah, rob a bank with Megatron.
Yes.
I think there are news stories about that. It's kind of hilarious.
Plus Nerf was even bigger back then, I'm sure, when it was...
Oh, yeah.
They released that toy.
Yeah, it was... I think it might have been it might have been an officially licensed, or it might have just been a very close, remnant, resemblance to a Nerf gun. But yeah, it was kind of... It wasn't great, but if I was into collecting back then, I probably would have gotten it.
Yeah, there's always, with all different franchises, especially, I'm sure, Transformers, you always just get those random toys. just that you wouldn't expect to see from a big franchise in itself.
Oh yeah, I have one right here.
Yeah, yeah. That kind of kick-started that idea that was running in my head when I keep looking at this particular toy, and I like it and I want to know more. But
you'll know more soon. I
am curious.
I had it folded away like this just so I can show you in one foul swoop.
Yeah.
But before that one...
Yeah, I'll save the best for last.
The last one before this I've got here is the last night premiere Voyager Optimus Prime, which has been on a bit of a white whale of mine for a while now. I have painted this one a lot.
It looks pretty awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, out of the box it was already alright, but like the sword was like bright orange all over, so I painted it to look like how it's supposed to actually look.
Yeah.
It didn't have any flames on him like in robot mode, which was weird, so all those are painted on by me.
Yours truly.
That is, yeah. And then
I've been seeing this one pop up on the Instagram.
Yeah, he's making the rounds on the gram.
Yes, the gram, as you say.
I guess I say that.
You just said it. That's why I said you said that.
Yeah, I say it now.
Doy.
Alright. And yeah, some silver detailing just to kind of... It's not 100% screen accurate, because, like, the movie version to me is, like, lacking blue and, reds. Like, there's a lot of silver on it, so I just kind of... I was a little more liberal with those colors, because it feels more like Optimus that way. But I gave him that red war paint, which I didn't like at first, but it's grown on me. Like over the left eye. You see it in a lot of the posters and stuff. I didn't, at first glance, I kind of thought it looked
like a battle wound, man.
But yeah, it's much grown on me. Thor is wearing the same stuff, too, now.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a coincidence?
Or is it?
Probably not. There were Transformers Marvel comics at one point.
Yeah, that's true.
That is a thing.
Let's bring it back, people.
And Spider-Man actually briefly appeared in a panel, so they're in the same universe, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now my mind's running with ideas that Dave will like.
I'm sure he will. I mean, we all know that, certain movies are in a trilogy that you wouldn't expect. So
yeah. We may or may not feature them on feature.
That might be an episode
podcasts of some on one show.
It'll eventually be an episode of something.
Agreed.
Yeah. But yeah, besides painting, the only real modifying I did is the shield there. You can actually kind of see where I split it in half and then basically just went a little crazy with some Craggle. Mounted it on a regular gun and then kind of extended the barrel, because in the movie, like, the shield has a little gun underneath it that he can shoot, so I thought I'd just kind of replicate that.
Yeah, not bad. How long did... I'm assuming this one took the longest for your kind of recent...
Yeah, of what's on the table
Oh,
now,
yeah, definitely
obviously.
of those, but of, like, some of your other recent purchases, I would say.
Yeah.
That we were discussing last episode.
Yeah, it didn't take quite as long as most of those, because it was mostly just a paint job. I'd say the Shattered Glass Evasion Mode Optimus that I mentioned last time is probably the closest in time frame to this one, but this one still took a little less than that, because it was just mostly touch-ups, and it's got a clear coat on it just to kind of make it all go together.
I do remember the clear coats from ceramics class.
Yeah. They're important, because if you go and grab something that doesn't have a clear coat, it'll just smudge and look bad. Some of these Titan Masters are kind of hard to pop in.
He's over there trying to fidget with it, people.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
He just said forget it.
Fuck it.
He doesn't care.
I don't care. Yeah, that's pretty much all. As a figure, I like this one a lot. It's kind of similar to that Age of Extinction Galvatron I mentioned in a previous episode, but like the good version of that. Like, it doesn't have a weird knee placement thing. He wears the truck kind of on the back, but it doesn't...
Come on, man. He's getting old. He's got bad knees. Give him a break.
Yeah, I mean, Megatron's only been around in 7 movies now, but whatever.
It's a lot.
Yeah. 7. 6. It'll be 6 with this one if you count the original movie from the 80s, which I do.
You've been reading any of the Bumblebee movie stuff?
That might be the first one I just don't see. I kind of hate Bumblebee.
I don't want to go into detail with it yet, but I just wanted to get your first little reaction.
I actually haven't read any of it because I don't care about Bumblebee at all. He's the obvious child-friendly character, and I hate children.
So that Mickey Transformer you mentioned earlier would make an appearance in the Bumblebee movie.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Look, people that hate the movies, I get it, but there's worse things in the franchise than that.
Yeah, I mean...
There's this thing called Kiss Players. It doesn't have anything to do with the band Kiss.
Okay, that was my next question, and you answered it, and now I'm not interested anymore.
Yeah. I might even go into depth on that on Quad M.
Okay.
I think I'll save that for
later. We're giving everyone a little preview of what's going to come on that, so...
I really, I have more... I get people that hate the movies, but, the people that hate it and then go see it,
I'm watching this little preview right now.
Yeah, you know what you're getting into. Stop it.
All right, I'll stop you from there.
Yeah, we'll cut it off there for that. But yeah, last night Voyager Optimus is the best version of this design I've seen in a toy. It was the leader class one that was okay, but tended to kind of have more of the truck just hanging on his back, and this one flattens it a little bit.
Yep.
Works the wheels into the ankles, and it looks more like an Optimus Prime would.
Yeah, this one, just the way you've made it into, is ready to go, is ready to fight and kill someone.
Yeah. Like Bumblebee, if the trailers are to be believed.
Yeah. You need more of a challenge.
Yeah. All right, so I have a bit of a surprise here.
Yay.
So why don't you describe what you're seeing right here?
Well, from what I'm seeing, before you do what you do, it is a toy hat.
Yeah.
It's a New Era hat, which is a very popular brand. And it's got the just the red and the blue bill, then Transformer symbol. Yeah. And that's all I am really seeing. There's other things I know will happen.
Little 5950 sticker on it.
Yeah, they always have that sticker. And whoa. It is not a hat anymore, ladies and gentlemen.
This is this is a real toy that exists.
Kind of want this one too.
It was on TF Source for $20. It's a Japan import.
It is not a hat.
No, but if you look closely at the head, he is wearing one.
Oh, to bring it back, people.
This is Optimus Prime. It's a Japanese exclusive. Yeah, there's a Megatron version too. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew something was in that hat. I did not know it was this.
Yeah.
What a pleasant little surprise on this episode.
Yeah, it was like $20. This usually kind of goes for more, but I think it's on clearance now because they're not in production anymore. They're just going to get rid of them. So grab it while you can if it's still there. I haven't checked. What's great is that he's actually got hands that are fully capable of holding regular Transformer weapons.
Sweet.
Yeah.
How long have you known about this?
I've known about it for a couple years, but it never really...
You just never really wanted to bite the bullet.
Yeah. I wasn't, disinterested, but I was just kind of like, well, that's neat, and went on.
Yeah.
But as the more I've seen it, it's just kind of finally... seeing it finally go cheap, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm getting this. There's a whole lot of unknown, kind of weird Japanese crossover type. There's an Optimus Prime...
I'll say.
Yeah, there's an Optimus Prime that's an iPod stand dock. Yeah, the truck is just normal Optimus painted white, and then the trailer is speakers and a dock for an iPod. Yeah, that's real. There's a shoe There's an Optimus Prime that can turn into a shoe.
Okay.
And most recently, and probably my most exciting one, the original PlayStation
Yeah.
that turns into an Optimus Prime, and there's a Megatron that turns into a Genesis. Get it? Megatron Mega Drive is what it was called.
I would never have guessed that.
Yeah. Those are a little more pricey, but
I would definitely bet.
I mean, they're not functional, you know.
Bet.
Obvi, they're not functional.
Bet.
But they're still pretty fire. It's going to be Jake's favorite episode.
Is wet, bruh. Is wet.
Is that one now? Is that one?
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
Like, usually when you're describing, like, nice cars.
Sounds
It's wet, bruh.
sounds like it has origins in something sexual.
No, it really doesn't.
That's weird.
You would think.
What is up with millennials? I say as a millennial.
That could be a whole nother podcast in itself. That
Yeah.
if you want us to do, we'll try.
Yeah. That might be more appropriate.
That might be the only way we get feedback.
Well, yeah. Toy lines. What do you think of millennial slang?
Tell us in the comments.
Yeah. Comment something. Why not?
Now, can I wear this hat?
You are welcome to try.
Okay. You don't sound very confident.
It's actually pretty easy to transform. It's just like flipping it pretty much back. It's a bit of a shell former, which in the fandom, you can probably figure out what it means. But
Yeah.
It's basically like if it just if it's alt mode, just kind of peels away to reveal the robot mode. Really prominent in Beast Wars, just because turning them into realistic animals wasn't all that easy.
Yeah. Yep. I knew something was in that hat.
Yeah.
Didn't know what that hat.
I mean, most hats aren't, the size of a tennis ball and with a bunch of cracks in them.
Maybe for Vern Troyer.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I said most, not all.
It's like a Vern Troyer reference this episode. Didn't really expect that, but
Yeah. I don't know.
what happens, happens.
I don't even know where that came from.
From your brilliant mind.
One thing I will say about this is that, it's once you kind of get it back, it's kind of delicate to. He flips back out pretty easy. There you
I'm
go.
wearing the hat, balancing it on my head. How do I look?
Dapper.
I look like $1,000,000.
It kind of, I can't see the bill under your hair, so it kind of looks like you're wearing a fez hat. I can see it a little better now, but
What now?
It's still looking like a fez.
Fine.
Hey, he's the best character from that '70s show.
It's true.
Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, how about that?
Mostly transforms automatically if you just push the button on the top or drop him a little bit. But the head is a little bit of a bitch to flip out.
So is he going to make an appearance in the movie?
Man, I hope so.
He'd be a good little sidekick to Marky Mark.
Yeah, I'd like to see him wearing a hat and then just a little guy starts transform. See, that's
Get off my head, man.
Yeah. Oh, I think I found a transformer. It's on my head.
And it's fitted.
I'm an inventor. I invented transforming hats. Yeah. Yeah, not the end all and be all of anything, but it's just a neat little toy to have.
Yeah, it's a cool little gadget, little fidgety thing to play around with and show off.
Yeah.
It's a good show off.
It's really great to surprise people with just, what's this?
You just did.
What's this tiny hat? Oh, yeah. Yeah, spring-loaded transformation, by the way. It'll just flip right out if you, drop him a little bit or push the button on the top, and it's kind of amazing.
So you think you'll get another one down the road?
I might get the Megatron one if they still have it next time I'm making an order. Honestly, I don't even think they changed it much besides making it black, so while it's technically Megatron, it might look like more of a Nemesis Prime, which is the evil clone of Optimus Prime, if you can't guess.
You don't say. Nemesis.
Yeah.
Genesis.
Genesis Prime. Terminator Genesis Prime.
Yeah.
That's That's what that movie needs.
It's a good movie, man.
It's better than a lot of people said it was.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, Arnold is like saying...
He's the best man ever.
Yeah, and he's saying a bunch of techno babble. It's just great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my spotlight this week. That was
Yeah.
kind of the whole episode.
Yeah, I
Yes.
wanted to let you spotlight your Transformer stuff and
Yeah, since I got some
preparation for the movie.
the movie that will be a movie. It will be a feature-length movie that we see in a theater.
The trailers are making it look like it's going to be better than it should.
Yeah,
But that's what.
but that's what they all do.
Yeah, but
I mean-
I feel more confident with this movie than
Oh, yeah.
I have the probably 2 previous Transformers movies.
Well, I liked 4 better than 3 or 2, and really better than the first one, just because.
I see. I don't know which one's my favorite.
Well, 4's maybe not technically the best, but
Yeah.
it's like the one that finally.
I mean, which one is even regarded as the best?
the first one?
That's what I thought.
And I get that because it feels more like an actual.
I haven't
movie.
rewatched them in a while, so
It's been a few
I would
years
say,
for me.
just if you had to make me choose right now, I would just pick one. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's the one I remember the best.
Well, because 2 and 3 were basically carbon copies of 1. So,
Yeah.
Except 2 was like.
I do
Really
I do
annoying.
remember 2 a lot more than 3.
2 had the best toy line of the original trilogy
Yeah.
of Transformers movies, because that's going to be a thing we'll be able to say now.
Yeah.
1 was probably technically the best movie. I do think of the original 3, I kind of like 3 best, just because of, like, bringing in Sentinel Prime, Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
And 4 is my personal favorite, just because it really, like, embraced the fact that it's a dumb, bad movie.
It finally gotten to that point.
Yeah, like, Mark Wahlberg was just...
Once you put Wahlberg in that position, you know.
I like him in good movies, but I love him in bad movies.
Love him more.
He was just happening all over that movie.
Yeah.
What do you mean? My daughter's a minor.
Are you gonna do your review in that voice the whole time?
I might.
All right.
It'll be used. Don't worry. If you like my Mark Wahlberg voice, strap in. And if you don't like it,
Strap out.
Yeah, strap out. And if you're in love with it, strap on.